Pour the brothers bond.
Being around you drives me nuts.
Is the pug snoring?
Not being around you drives me nuts.
Grab your wine glass and sit with your sweetie. Time to listen to Ash and the titular PD. Drunk
Like I got a traveler in me.
need to feed on blood like I'm addicted to type B. It's not a typo, I'm type A on the flow. Ties a hype beast, put a chain on the dough. Roll up the vervain, roll Spain in the cup. Turn my humanity off, not giving up.
Heck,
Other side sucking people up like twisters.
Bonnie's the anchor.
Jeremy's gonna miss her. The bro swap places, Rick's back in the mix.
What's gonna happen on Vampire season 6?
How is the summer almost over? And yet, I feel like I got nothing done.
Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast, where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a super fan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular PD. Let's just say I put the PD in Vampire, but please call me Pete. And I'm here with my co-host and co-parent, Ash. Ash, it's been a minute.
Oh, yes. I forgot we weren't here last week. Hi.
Feels like it's been so long.
So long.
But if you're listening to this in any type of way besides live, well, you wouldn't be listening live.
That would be different.
But if you're binging...
If you're, up to date.
Oh, if you're up to date, we apologize for many reasons. But if you're not up to date, well...
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Ash.
What's up?
Today is a remarkable day.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Why?
Today, which if you're hearing this tomorrow, is not today anymore. Or if you're hearing it any other day...
Should you just say the date?
It's not this date, but right this second... Today is the 5-year anniversary of this podcast.
Wow, really? I didn't even know. I'm walking around all day without even knowing.
We started...
5 years? Wow. Oh, I guess that makes sense, 2020.
Yep, we started this podcast, or we released the first episode 5 years ago today.
We did queue up a few.
We did. We were doing it in a way that was harder back then.
Yeah, for sure.
In that I would... edit out even breaths and pauses and...
Yeah, we were a little pressed at the beginning.
Also, we did it every week.
And also we had nothing else to do at the time because it was early 2020. Later 2020, we had no time for anything because we were working from home and our kids went to school from home.
Yes.
That was different. But at this point, when we recorded them...
When we were recording in April-ish
we were like,
of 2020.
Let's just edit this podcast in a detailed way.
We were watching Love is Blind, maybe season 1.
I think season 1, yeah.
We were attempting to watch Tiger King, which I don't know if we ever got through all that.
No, people loved it. We gave up on it.
I believe I was watching the Alien movies.
We were gonna start Petey Little Liars.
Yes.
But
do people know that?
I don't think so. I don't know if we ever said that. We were gonna do Petey Little Liars instead, but then when we went to go watch it, it wasn't on streaming. So then we were like, I don't know. And then I suggested the Vampire Diaries because I had seen both complete series and you had seen none.
And I was like, I don't know, Vampire Diaries? And then I was like, hold on, Vampire Diaries.
Right. And then the name sold you.
Yep.
But, you definitely love vampires more than you love just, what's happening in Pretty Little Liars, just saying.
Yeah, I don't even really know what's happening in Pretty Little Liars. But, our very first episode, we started with a little introduction of our vamp lives and what sort of things we were into in the vampire scene. I didn't re-listen to it.
You just remember?
No, I looked up a couple of things about past episodes that will be foretold throughout this episode.
Oh, that's nice.
But we talked about our vamp history or something like that.
I like when you have pre-production for this podcast.
Yeah.
And I just show up what are we talking about?
Yeah, I do a little. Sometimes I do none, but today I did a little more than usual.
When did you write the first theme song? Was it after we had recorded a thing and then you're like, we need a theme song? I don't remember the order of that.
I think when we were deciding to do a podcast, I knew it needed a theme song. So it was certainly once we landed on watching this show. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know anything about the show. That's why it's Frankenstein's got a journal, right. Wolfman's got a blog.
Yeah, because you didn't know anything about it. Swamp Thing tweets from down in his bog. Pete and Ash read
Read
it all, and now we're trying to see
what's
going on with these Vampire Diaries.
And yeah, it sounded like I recorded it underwater,
Yeah, that's okay.
but it was a bop.
It was a bop. And then I do remember us making the cover art to the podcast, though. That was a collabo, me and you.
Yep. Typical collab.
Yeah. But yeah, that's 5 years. That's wild.
5 years, our, I would say sister podcast, but more like brother podcast. Kill Streak just recently is celebrating their 5-year anniversary. We started up right around those boys.
Oh, right around them.
So they banked some episodes. They still do it every week. They have way more episodes than us. This is episode, I believe, like 135, which if you do the math, doesn't line up to as many weeks as there is, obviously.
We were doing it every week at the start, right?
Every week at the start, but then we switched to bi-weekly, if that's what that means.
Yeah. But then, because I was like, once I started teaching again, like regularly, I was like, I can't do every week.
No. Also, we take breaks.
Yeah, when we need to, because we're human beings.
Like between seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like, last weekend, when we had family in town, we were just like, can't do it.
Yeah, and it's nice to hit the old anniversary.
Yeah, that's true. And also, like...
So it worked out.
You know, I don't ever want to just, like, record it to just record it. Like, I want to do it because it's fun, and I am excited about it.
Right.
I don't want it to be a chore.
No, it is a
privilege.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's a privilege to record this. And I don't know. I didn't see anyone clamoring for season 6, episode 16 in particular.
Well, they should have, because it's a banger.
Yep, and you can always listen to the back eps, but we are doing season 6, episode 16. That means we have about 6 more episodes in this season before a little summer break.
That's crazy. We are celebrating our anniversary with a little brother's bond, a little blood, which we haven't mentioned in a while.
Gotta have the blood, gotta have a little brother's bond. I mean, we mention both of those every episode.
No, we don't.
But not necessarily that we're
Cheers.
drinking them.
Oh, yeah.
But they're in every episode.
But we used to mention our drinks a lot more often than we have lately.
That's true. And I feel like it was more regular and often that we drink beverages during the... I think, look, if you made it this far, thank you for getting through those early episodes. We were going through it. We probably had more than our share of blood in Brothers Bond.
Oh, that's okay.
But
we were 5 years younger then.
That's true. It's half a lifetime ago.
Not really, but okay. I mean, if you're 10.
Yeah. Which I am. Surprise.
Ew, weird. I do not like knowing that.
Tonight's episode is called The Downward Spiral.
This episode is so crazy.
This episode is crazy. There's a lot going on. We may not get to it all. Just kidding. Lock in. Hey, but you know what? Something that I want to celebrate.
What?
This cold open.
Oh, okay.
We finally see the freaking exterior of perhaps the Skull Bar, perhaps the School Bar.
I think it's School Bar.
Perhaps the Skull Bear. Perhaps the School Bear.
The Skull Bear.
Perhaps the Colbert Rapport.
Rapport.
This is finally the exterior of that freaking bar that I thought was in the dorm. Because we never see an exterior on Whitmore College whatsoever.
Yeah. I never realized you thought it was like in the dorm. I always thought you meant like it was on campus.
No, I thought it was like you walked out of Elena's thing. By the way, I realized that I'm screaming, so I'm gonna like take it down a notch.
Am I also screaming?
I don't know. Are we screaming? Leave.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah, we'll do ASMR for this episode.
No, that'd be so weird.
Unique in New York.
You've already messed it up.
No, I thought it was in the dorm. It was like a big room in that dorm.
Oh no!
It's weird that it's on campus too, though.
But it might not be exactly on campus because
Right.
we haven't seen someone go from like place to place.
No, and I said because it is an exterior, but it's sort of a medium exterior. We don't see any surrounding area, so I said this is probably just on the same like sound stage or block or fake block on the lot.
Right. From the interior, which we have been seeing, it looks like a rectangular building. It's got 2 floors, and there's like a row of windows around the top. Like, so you can kind of like know that. That's how I always thought you would know it's a standalone building. Because it has windows to the outside.
Oh, interesting. Well, you know what? I don't know. And I still know very little of it.
But we got to see the facade or whatever.
We did. It's pronounced facade.
Okay.
Yeah, Liv worked or works there.
Yeah, we haven't seen Liv in a minute.
It's crowded. They're partying. There's a thing above the bar that says, "Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we will die." Very 300 of them. Caroline is getting turnt, I said.
Yeah. But what's your like overall impression of Caroline with her humanity off?
Very annoying to me.
Really?
Yeah, it's just, look, it's K-Dubs, it's Kevin Williamson-esque, but I feel like too much. Like, I like a snarky person in a Kevin Williamson thing.
Yeah.
Like a Nev doing her thing in Scream, and, you know, of course, Lillard going nuts.
The guys, yeah.
But I don't like it. It's annoying.
Yeah, because she's always been uptight, but she's still like uptight, but in a way that she doesn't care. Like,
Yeah.
it makes sense for her character, I think, but
Oh, it's fine. I'm not mad.
it is annoying though.
If it elicits a response, it's doing something right.
But Elena was also annoying, but without her humanity. But I think Stefan is entertaining without his.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to it.
I know. I have a theory about that.
Oh gosh, okay.
I think
did you write it down, or are you gonna say it now?
I'm gonna say it right now.
Oh.
Early Pete-dictions. After 5 years, you just drop the friggin' pretense.
All right.
And
You lose the format completely.
early Pete-diction. I don't think he turned it off.
Oh really?
I think he's faking. I think he's faking the bacon.
Wow.
All right. Bartender is trying to cut Caroline off. Her mom just died, but she's not sad. She doesn't care about her mom dying. She cares about her heels hurting and tequila.
Yeah, tequila is the only thing that helps.
And the bartender's like, all right.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, you should be sad, you weirdo.
Yeah. Is she Halsey? Because you should be sad.
Exactly.
The bartender says. It was weird because that song wasn't out yet. So
That was Halsey's inspo.
yeah. Liam walks up. Cute brag, as we know him.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while either, since they made him forget that they all like learned about the Gemini coven and stuff together.
And speaking of
That was what, at Thanksgiving?
speaking of songstresses, Caroline forgot that he existed.
Oh yeah, T Swift.
Now you're into that one.
Well, I like the other one. I like Halsey too.
Okay, good. He's into her, I guess. Is he a doctor yet? He's not. Want to get out of here? He asked, but her mom just died. But, you know, she obviously isn't giving that situation any gravity.
Right.
He's not dating Elena. He's like, why would I be dating Elena? He was compelled to forget her.
Right.
And I said Caroline is so existential. And then they start making out really hard, and she's like slamming him around.
And yeah, she's slamming him around so hard against the glass.
She gets H for B and then bites his neck. You might be a bite neck. Remember that?
Yeah.
Hey, we have You Might Be a Bite Neck merch, by the way.
We do.
We have different colors of You Might Be a Bite Neck, which if you want to celebrate this 5-year anniversary, go
Buy
to
some merch.
T Public, search for High Dive, search for Bite Neck. I don't know that there are that many of those.
That's funny.
If you see your friend's ex-boyfriend that you compelled to forget you were even dating, you might be a bite neck.
Yeah. After you bite his neck.
Yep.
I would love to see a picture of anyone wearing our merch. That'd be so cool. I mean, you and I wear it, but
I'm wearing it right now.
I want to see someone in the wild, or send a pic. That'd be cool.
I mean, yeah, if anyone has any merch, well, first of all, buy it and then tag the portable producer on Instagram, and I'll give you shout outs and hearts and repost you and all that stuff.
Yeah, do it.
Especially if it's the Golden Grills, you might be a bite neck. It's a good one. Look, you're listening to this and you're like, what could that be?
You gotta look it up.
You gotta look at it. All right, Elena, that was just getting us to the credits, to the opening logo.
Yeah, you were saying it's one of the longest cold open.
Longest cold open. Elena's at the dorm. Elena was minimized this episode.
Yeah.
Really small, just walking around. I could barely see her. All right, Caroline
She had a mini mushroom.
has moved out of the dorm, and she moved out of her mom's house. She has no belongings.
No one knows where she is.
Stefan is at the house talking on the phone to Elena. Caroline must be trying to cut off all ties to her past. But these good friends, Ash, they're going to look for her.
Yeah. You know what I was just thinking? You know, this show obviously doesn't take place or wasn't made like in the 2020s. But if it was, I don't think people would be calling each other at all. I think they would only be texting.
Oh,
And that would be so boring. Like, I know that there's been movies and stuff where it's texting and, like, the text bubble comes up on the screen and there's, like, voiceover and stuff like that. Like, I've seen that happen.
Yeah.
But I do truly appreciate the actual just phone call conversations that happen all the time. And there's a lot of them in this episode in particular.
True.
But it happens all the time in the show. And I feel like that's really telling of the time when it was made, where it's like, blah, 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 and you're just talking on the phone all the time.
We still had phones back then.
Yeah,
we
people
still
were-
talk.
You're like, we're truly talking.
It's way better, to watch because you're still emoting. You're using your voice to emote. And sometimes you have to emote even more when you're just using your voice.
Right.
You know? But if it was now, it'd just be like...
You're yelling again.
I know, sorry, I'm screaming. I'm going to do something that no one listening will be able to see. But if it was now, then the characters would just be like this.
Yeah, I know. With their...
Zoop, zoop, zoop,
Right.
zoop. And then they just be like not emoting.
Yeah. And then they'd be like, oh, Stefan said this.
Yeah, they just if someone else was in the room, they just show them the phone like.
Yeah, I know. No, it's so much better with the phone calls.
For sure.
I was noticing that a lot this episode.
Speaking of people missing people, Bonnie
I know.
pops up.
Yeah, she came back the end of last episode, but like, again, it's so exciting.
She saw Damon last episode, right? And she sees Elena. And you know what? They had so much to do in this episode, they chopped this scene too short.
Yeah.
No fanfare.
There should have been a lot more attention on Bonnie, but they were already in the midst of solving a problem, you know? But I really think that there should have been more scenes of even just asking Bonnie, like, how did you get out? What was it like there for you? I don't know. They don't really like check in with her.
Right.
Which is why like later she has to like school Damon on actually how bad Kai was to her.
Oh, yeah.
Because they don't even like ask her. They're not like, oh my gosh, like, what was it like we thought about you on your birthday. We did this. What did you do? Like, they have so much to catch up on that they totally didn't even do. Which I know would be sort of boring for us, I guess, because we know, but
But they should have done like a shorthand.
they
for
should
it
have
or
had
something.
some sort of that.
Also, she says it in the episode, but it's like, yeah, all right, you're used to me dying and stuff like that. But you can't take your friend for granted like that.
Right. And they're like, oh, we knew you'd come back.
Yeah.
All right, now let's go find Caroline. It's
And
like, wait, what?
She's like, well, I didn't, you know?
Yeah.
I was the one there for a year or whatever it was.
Yeah, super long.
Well, we're giving her flowers.
Yeah.
Damon is unlatching his mom's coffin
For hours.
while Kai watches.
Okay, truly, why is your coffin latched like that in the first place?
I don't know.
That was crazy.
Yeah, because, well, we find out that she is a Ripper later, but they latched it up like they knew she was, but they didn't know it.
And also she wasn't even in there.
Right.
Because she faked her death.
Kai has some humanity.
Right.
We know this.
We like this version of Kai.
Ash likes this version of Kai.
This version of Kai makes sense to why I liked Kai at the beginning of the second watch, because like you said, there must have been something that you...
Yeah.
So, like, now that I'm seeing it play out again, I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay. Wearing the pea coat, having the haircut.
He's got a little scrubble. I mean, scrubble?
Scrubble is it. That's it.
Okay, you know it.
Yep.
I'm not, whatever.
We need some Scrubble merch.
Scrubble is so stupid. What even was I saying?
Scruff and stubble.
Okay.
It makes sense.
Oh, Scrubble. Now I'm blushing.
We need Scrubble merch.
Scrubble.
If someone DMs me Scrubble on... Actually, I just made a profile on Scrubble. I'm looking to find short-haired dogs online.
You got some good Scrubble right now, speaking of.
Oh, thank you. If anyone wants a picture of my Scrubble, no, I'm trying to get followers so bad.
So don't send anyone your picture like that. I'm your wife. That would be inappropriate.
All right, if you buy a bite neck shirt, I'll send you a picture of my Scrubble.
Oh my god.
I'm serious though. Okay, just kidding.
All right, but I'm in the picture too, because otherwise it's weird.
All right. You're in the picture with the person with the merch?
No, with you with your Scrubble.
Okay.
We're both crying.
I like that song from a few years ago, Teach Me How to Scrubble.
I was going to say, I don't want no Scrubbles. Scrubble is a guy who get no love from me.
He's got a short beard. His mom died in 1858, or so we think. Is she going to
Damon and Stefan's mom.
Is she going to be in this crypt? We'll see. Is she in a prison world? We're not sure. Was it her ghost or a Gemini twin? No. Damon says, my mom is not a vampire, not in prison world. Died of consumption in 1858. He opens the coffin and it's empty. Everything you know about your mom is wrong.
That's got to be really hard, though. Think about it, like, especially for someone who lives hundreds of years. Like, you have to be like, this is the truth. I know this to be true. It's been hundreds of years. I've never heard or known anything different. And then to be like, what? My mom is not in here. What? She didn't die of consumption. What? She's a vampire. What? She lives in prison world. What? She's a Ripper.
I know.
That's too much.
They should have had a record scratch like skirt into I feel good.
Except he don't.
And opposite.
I feel bad.
Cut to that bar that we love and know a lot about. Enzo has a Sonic the Hedgehog haircut.
Yeah, totally.
He looks as if they AI'd Sonic as a man.
He does look like that.
Sarah Salvatore is taking pictures of him that she's later going to AI into Sonic.
Also, she thinks she's being discreet.
She's so nice.
She's in the middle of the place, just looking right at him, taking his picture, and he's just looking at her take him.
Right. When he first looked downstairs, I was like, oh, she's going to be out the window with like a telephoto lens or whatever. But she's just sitting right there.
And then when he comes down to talk to her, she's like, oh no, like he saw me. But it's like, well, yeah, you were just obviously looking at him and taking his picture.
He tricks her or whatever. I don't know. He gets H for B real quick while she takes the picture.
Yeah, when he's still upstairs.
But then he just walks over to her. We've met before, and he saved her friend Matt with your blood. And he's like, join me for tea. So it totally makes sense later when I guess Stefan has compelled her way in the past to not care about vampires.
Yeah, this is what Caroline is assuming happened.
Because she's all like, you saved my friend Matt with your blood.
Yeah. I know, and then eventually she's like, has him say what he is, and he's like, I'm a vampire, and she's like, oh, I thought there was more to it than that.
Yeah, it's funny because she's representative of like most people currently.
Well, yeah.
like vampires, who cares? In real life. Mm-hmm. So it's good to have representation in the show.
Okay.
Right?
You think if you met a vampire in real life, you'd be like, oh.
I'm not saying in real life. I'm talking about the pop culture of it.
Right.
Like a real grown up that's not us.
Okay.
You're like, vampires? Oh.
Right.
Unless they were, how does Damon put it? I mean, how does Enzo put it? Those bothersome Twilights or something he says later.
Uh-huh.
If you're a twihard, then you like the Twilights, I guess.
Is twihard a real thing, or you just made that up?
I did not make that up. Bonnie and Elena are having champagne celebrating 5 years of podcasting.
Thank you.
Bonnie says, suck it 1994.
Yeah, she's so happy she doesn't have to wear flannel.
I know. I was like, what is she talking about? And I was like, oh, did she even wear it back then? I guess so. I guess it was just laying around.
Yeah, she's like, oh, my non-flannel tank top and my non-flannel this or that. Like, the way she says it makes it sound confusing. She could have just been like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm not in 1994 anymore and I have other clothes that aren't flannel.
Right.
Like, that would make more sense.
Yeah. She's excited for athleisure.
Mm-hmm. Or she wants her 2000s layered tank tops and flares.
She wants
with flip-flops.
7 Aeropostale tank tops.
Right. And the biggest flares with flip-flops, and your flares just get totally ripped up.
Yeah,
and soaked in the water when it rains.
Mm-hmm. Well, in 1994, you'd be wearing some Jinkos that would be having that same issue.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Kendrick Lamar, no. Okay. Jeremy is away at art school.
They think.
Oh yeah, he's not.
He's not even.
And she doesn't want to tell him she's back yet. Caroline needs an intervention.
Oh really? She says intervention?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. I didn't clock that.
We're like.
Why is that important to you?
Intervamption.
Why is the word intervention important to you?
Because I worked on that television show.
Yeah, not because you had one.
No, not yet. She.
Oh, pug snores.
She comes right in. Oh yeah, Caroline comes right in. Doesn't care about seeing Bonnie.
Yeah, she's like, oh, Bonnie's here. I like that Bonnie keeps rolling her eyes, like, or like gasping, sort of like,
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Caroline just got back from like Target, like when you first come into your dorm room and you have all the crap.
You buy everything new. She just threw everything away or whatever and got everything new.
Caroline tells Bonnie about Liam. She ate him and he was delicious. Cute guys taste better. But she didn't kill him because it would be inconvenient.
Right. Then she talks about all these inconvenient feelings. It's interesting, like, when you have your humanity off, like, what you care about, what you don't, because she didn't care about her mom dying, but she did care that her feet were hurting.
Right.
In her heels.
Mm.
She doesn't want to, like, she'll bite his neck or whatever, but then she doesn't want to kill him because it causes, like, too many problems.
Yep.
But, like, so she is obviously, like, in a different zone than, like, obviously Stefan as a Ripper, where he just will suck their blood until he rips their heads off.
Yeah. It's still person specific of what your humanity puts in you.
Right. And Elena was just like, I'm going to dye my hair and travel all around and be annoying.
Mm-hmm. I said non-humanity Caroline is annoying. Even this early I said that.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to be left alone and not dried out in possibly the Vervain dungeon.
Right. She knows that's the thing that they probably would want to do.
And get her switch flipped. She does not want that.
Mm-hmm.
Or she'll become their worst nightmare.
Mm-hmm. That's what she says.
Stefan and Damon are talking on the phone about Caroline.
Not texting.
Right? Stefan is at... By the way...
What?
If it was current, do you think Damon would be a two-thumb texter? Or would he be a a poker because he's old?
I don't know. You're a poker.
I know, I'm old.
I just text with one thumb because my hands are small.
Um,
I don't know. He might do a 2-thumber.
like, Stefan is at the hospital. Kai is with Damon. Asks why Damon didn't tell Stefan that their mother is alive. Mm-hmm. Damon may think she's in the prison world because she's bad. I don't know what that means. Okay.
Well, basically, Damon doesn't want to tell Stefan. He said, until he knows the truth.
Right.
Which, I get that. And they do that a lot. But you could also just be like, hey,
This is where I'm at with
I
this.
saw this crazy thing and I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. I'll let you know.
Right.
You don't have to get everything
I know.
exactly perfect.
And you don't
before
have to be like,
tell someone something.
Yeah, this is my conclusion.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, I'm partway there.
Right.
what I'm
And you can go along the ride with me, or I'll just figure it out and I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, don't worry about it. He wants Kai to send him back to the 1903 prison world to see if his mom is there. That would be like, man. Like if you're joning. Do people say joning anymore? If you were smack talking someone's mom, be like, man, I bet if you sent me back to a 1903 prison world, your mom would be there.
Yeah, that's a good one. Fry him up.
I'm gonna start using that apropos of nothing.
Yeah. I don't know even what you say. My family still says, you're cutting on someone, with frying, joning. I don't know. I don't know what you say now.
Light them up. I don't know. How do you say make fun of people in young people speak?
I don't know.
I don't know. It'll come to me.
And then, what else was I going to say? But also, Damon is just he just got out of a prison world very recently. And he's like, put me back in this other one.
I know, but he's just going to, visit.
I know, but still, it's you're still going to a prison world. You
And
just left one.
he might even do the invisible visit. Remember, he did that invisible visit?
I know, but still, I would have PTSD about that. I'm going to try to look up this fried up thing.
Okay, well, we can talk about search it up in the meantime.
Yeah.
We used to say, I'll look it up on the internet. Then we were like, I'll Google it. And now kids say, I'm going to search it up.
I know. How did Google lose out?
I don't know. They lost their brand deal, I guess. I always say that I'm going to Chandler Bing it.
I like to ask Jeeves.
Oh, yeah. Ask Jeeves. Oh, my gosh. Alta Vista. I'm going to search.
I'm having the hardest time typing while we're talking.
Okay. Kai can't stop thinking about Bonnie. He's feeling guilty, and that's something new for him. And he needs to see her to apologize.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yep.
he wants to do it in person.
Did I provide you adequate time?
No, because the AI overview on Google is bad.
Oh, gosh.
To say someone is making fun of you these days, you might use phrases like teasing, mocking, making a joke out of, or poking fun at.
Oh, yeah. Modern day is poking fun at. Shut up, AI.
You're wrong.
Hey, AI, if you're scraping this for data... Sorry. No, yeah, what is modern day, making fun of? I don't know. Maybe kids don't make fun of each other anymore. They just cyberbully.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I don't
They
know.
just cyberbully and meme until someone unalives themselves.
Yikes. I wonder if maybe they just are sarcastic. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to ask our teenager.
Yep. We'll ask. Enzo is talking to Sarah. She has pictures of him all gray and veiny.
Oh, yeah. Gotta get your gray and veiny. I forgot about that one. You're
wants-
doing a good job of the callbacks.
I know. Is this sort of like a what's it called episode?
Yeah, flashback episode.
Yeah. That's what I'm providing.
Yeah,
that's the
for the
experience.
podcast.
That's the experience
I
I'm providing.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Also, the flashback episodes, though, are usually annoying, so sorry.
Yeah. Well, people will like this. If I know anything about our listeners, which I don't, because they don't send me pictures of them in the bite neck shirts,
Well, yet.
then I know that they like when I say gray and veiny.
Gonna get your gray and veiny. That's the best. That feels so good in your mouth.
Gray and veiny.
No, the second part.
trying to
get
Chip.
Trying to get Chip.
Sarah wants to know more about Enzo. He's fast and strong and breaks the SD card, and he's rich and has weird veins and can heal people with his blood. And she's like, "What are you?" And he's like, "A vampire." And
He's like, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
yeah. And she's like, she doesn't care.
No.
Oh, yeah. He says the Twilight series is dreadful.
Oh, dreadful. You tried to do an Enzo accent one time, but it's hard for you to get into it.
I would have to, yeah.
You gotta hear it.
He's so Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's Jack Sparrow.
She thought there would be more to
Love.
it. Love. Than that he was just a vampire. Caroline comes up, says the whole vampire thing is over. She meets Sarah. Enzo sends Sarah to the bar by compelling her.
Do you know why?
So he can talk to Caroline.
No. So Caroline doesn't spoil that she is Stefan's whatever family member. She's like, "Oh, you're Stefan's," and he's like, "Go to the bar," whatever. He cuts her off.
Got it.
Because Enzo's playing the long game with Sarah.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna make her do things she wishes she never thought about trying to do until he met her, and she's gonna regret meeting him and all this stuff.
Yeah, so he's playing the long game, so he doesn't want her to know that she's related to them. Niece, right?
Here's my good joke.
Okay, what?
Caroline's like a friggin' CrossFit vegan or something. The way she's talking about her deal so much.
She's talking about her what? So
Her deal so much, her thing my humanity. Oh, I don't care about my humanity. It's like, I was just doing my WOD earlier, workout of the day, and just not eating animal products at the same time.
Oops, sorry. People like to talk about their deal.
Yep, people like, hey, we're talking about this friggin' show, and we did it for 5 years, so
good for us.
Maybe we're CrossFit vegans.
Nope.
I know I am.
Definitely not me.
I did a WOD earlier and ate some tofu.
No, but you were vegan for a little while, and you
during this.
Oh yeah,
actually,
and you didn't talk about it though.
No, in fact, I tried not to.
Yeah, but I did have to learn how to cook for you, which was different.
Ash,
you're welcome.
I wish you had never brought it up. What she actually care about?
Said thank you.
Oh, thanks. What she actually cares about is Whitmore warehouse party.
Let's invite some cute boys to the party.
Recruiting hunks.
As she should.
Stefan is visiting Liam at the hospital. Compels him to answer questions, so he'll answer all Stefan's questions from now on.
Yeah, honestly.
Do you remember being around Caroline last night? Yes, we made out hardcore, a little biting involved. He's a little into it. That's not what Stefan meant. Liam's going to the party too. We're looking forward to this rave.
Yeah, I think it's funny when Liam's like, can I go? Like, you're weirding me out. Like, why are you asking me specific details of, how I made out with Caroline?
Actually, so Stefan calls Elena, and there's a mic drop. Do you want to go to a rave? And he's the first person to call it a rave.
Yes, right.
Caroline calls it a warehouse party.
Yeah.
But Stefan says rave. And then I said, okay, here's the rave. There's neon going on.
Yeah.
Dancing.
It's definitely warehouse rave status. They had so many extras.
They're going to split up and look for Caroline. There's a tank top guy.
Yeah, the extras were really fun and funny.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all.
Caroline is dancing with some guy. She gets H for B. Shirtless guy dances on her.
Right, but she only gets H for B because Elena sees her, and she sees Elena, and she's trying to remind Elena, if you interfere with me, then I'm gonna go crazy. She just wants to live her chill life where she doesn't care about anything.
Right. Bonnie talks to an older fella. Mm-hmm. He puts his hands on her. Mm-hmm. Was it like this? Mm-hmm. And she burns his hand up.
Yeah, for real. We are recording, right? I didn't see you press record.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Stefan and Elena talk about Caroline and Liam making out and Caroline covering her tracks. Mm-hmm. Liam's going to be her human blood bag.
I mean, I guess. I think it's kind of an assumption from Stefan.
She hasn't hurt anyone per se yet.
Says Elena.
And Caroline wants a year of this.
Yeah.
A gap year.
Basically, yeah.
But they're worried that she'll snap and it'll be Stefan's fault. All he had to do was tell her the truth, and he didn't. Which, the truth is what? That he likes her? Mm-hmm. And does he for real? Why didn't he tell her?
Well, at the moment when she asked him, like, can you just tell me how you feel? They were, like, right at the casket. Mm-hmm. And he was like, we'll talk later, which a little bit later he realized, actually, I do like her. In the moment, he didn't really feel, like, convinced. Mm-hmm. But also, Stefan is very, like, noble and, like, things that are right. And he's probably like, well, we shouldn't be talking about our relationship right
in front of your mom.
In front of your dead mom, like, right after she died. Like, we should just talk about it later. But she took that as being automatically bad news. Right. So Stefan does, take that as his fault, even though it's not. But he always takes things to heart.
Yeah.
I was going to say one other thing. What was right before that? Stefan said something.
She wants to take a year. She hasn't hurt anyone yet. He'll be her human blood bag.
Yeah.
Liam and Caroline making out.
I remember.
All right. Stefan brings shiny shots to Caroline at this rave.
Oh, yeah. We've had shots like that, or like little cups that light up.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Bonnie gets a call from Damon.
A long time ago.
She's glad he called. Damon jokes around their relationship only exists in 1994, and they do some bantering.
Yeah.
Damon, okay, they talk about it being tough to come back from a prison world. Mm-hmm. 1994 specifically.
Right.
Damon's like, my girlfriend forgot me and my brother was an auto mechanic.
Yeah.
Like, those are equal things.
Yeah, it was funny because, Bonnie's like, was it okay for you, like, when you came back? Like, could you just jump back into your old life? Mm-hmm. He's, like, pointing out that his life wasn't even his old life. Like, it was already so different.
Yeah.
And it was hard.
He pitches Bonnie talking to Kai. Mm-hmm. But she doesn't want to hear about Kai. And Kai's like, WTH.
Right. This is where, like, I wish that Damon would just, like, slow his roll a minute. Mm-hmm. Because why does he need to find his mom in the prison world in this exact moment? Yeah. Like, he could find out the information, go talk to Stefan, like, be calm about it, tell Bonnie, and, like, maybe try to get Bonnie to talk to Kai because he thinks that it would be good for Bonnie or whatever, instead of just being like, oh, I need you to talk to Kai right now because I need something. Right. Like, he's doing it, from a selfishly, yeah. But he should, especially with his new really close relationship with Bonnie, he should have done a better job of, like, protecting her feelings.
Agreed.
And definitely messed up there.
Right. Is his name Damon or Lee? Because he's doing it selfishly.
Oh. I'm like, Lee?
Bonnie doesn't believe that Kai has a new him. She wasn't around for the merge.
Right. And she hasn't seen him since. But he is different, don't you think?
Slightly.
Like, everyone hangs out with him.
They have to. They don't want to.
But he's always around.
Kai has a strong lead on the Ascendant. So he could send Damon back.
We have pug snores, by the way.
Lily, the mom, Lily Salvatore, was captured on a dock in NYC in 1903.
Mm-hmm. After she was supposed to have died from consumption.
Was she on her way here for you from Europe? That was hard to say.
That's what Kai said.
Yeah, Kai is like trying to guilt and emotion Damon.
Right, so that Kai can get what he wants, which is talking to Bonnie.
And then Damon's like, give me some answers. And he's like, oh, my throat is sore. I'm not going to tell you anymore. Maybe Bonnie will have a lozenge or something.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
This is just a way to cut away from this scene and go to a different scene.
Yeah.
Caroline and Stefan are drinking. Mm-hmm. She says he's hot, but he's there to babysit her. Mm-hmm. And he was an ass at her mom's funeral.
Which he wasn't, by the way.
She doesn't care how he really feels. But he like professes that he likes her and doesn't know when it became more than friendship.
Yeah. Now he's telling her really what he wanted to tell her before when he went back to the house and she was gone.
He's telling her what she wanted to hear, but not what she wants to hear.
Right, but it is how he really felt or feels.
Allegedly.
Okay, you don't believe him?
Allegedly. I don't believe a lot about him in this episode.
All right.
No, I don't know. He tells her to let the emotion in.
Right, now he's like noticing that she's paying attention, so he's trying to like get her to turn her humanity back on immediately.
He'll help her through it. And she's like, what? You tried to be nice to me? You shouldn't have done that. And then she says, she grabs Liam and says, how good are you at surgery? Mm-hmm. And he's not good.
No. What did you think that she meant when you shouldn't have done that? Like, did you think that meant she's going
to flip her switch?
That, like, I know, but you shouldn't have done that because now I'm going to flip my switch? Or you shouldn't have done that because now I'm going to go
murder people.
Retaliate.
Yeah, she said that if they tried to flip her switch, she would murder people.
Right, because that's, like, as a viewer, we think that, but I think Stefan thinks, like, oh, you got me, like, close to the edge of flipping it back. I think Stefan thinks he's being successful.
Oh, dang. He's not.
No, he's not.
Also, this is another... Every once in a while, there's a little thing in this show that would be a really good concept if it wasn't so, like, brightly lit and melodramatic and not scary. Mm-hmm. But the thing of a guy not wanting to do surgery on someone and then having to for some reason is so scary.
Yeah, that is really scary.
And I've seen a similar... There's a horror anthology movie called, like, Southbound, maybe? And one of the things is, like, this guy in a hospital, and he thinks this girl is hurt, and he's talking on the phone, and they're walking him through a surgery. He is a doctor, though. But anyway, a bunch of crazy bad stuff happens. That's so scary.
Yeah.
And this could be really scary. It doesn't turn out to be that scary. A little gross and fine, but...
Yeah, I mean... Still
scary concept.
Not good for Sarah.
Even when she asked Liam, how good are you at surgery, I knew it was a good, gross concept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. You don't think there's something, like, I mean, there's a lot of Saw stuff, but to think back in, like, maybe the one when they're in that house, I don't know, is that 2 or 3?
Saw 2, they're in the house,
Yeah, I feel like there's something there where they have to, like, cut something out of someone else.
They all have numbers to a combination on the back of their neck. Yeah. Well, even just like...
And that's not surgery, but I don't know. It's similar, I guess.
That if they had just worked together, they would all be fine, is the thing in that one. I think the way that this is shot is a little like Saw, when it's like around Liam, like cutting.
Yeah, because you can't like really see anything clearly. Stuff's like always obscured a little bit.
Yeah. Y'all.
Yeah.
Which we didn't say that we saw Final Destination on here.
No.
We're not going to talk about it, but we're FD heads.
Yeah, it was super good.
I enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed it.
It was very good.
All right. Enzo arrives. Caroline gives him trouble. Where's your GF? She's setting it up to hurt Sarah Salvatore. Mm-hmm. Stefan will protect her at all costs, but Stefan probably compelled her not to care about vampires.
Right. Which, like, that was very perceptive of Caroline.
And Caroline is down to clown with Enzo. And he's like, I want to hook up with you. Well, you're not you, love.
Right. Yeah. He's like, it's not that fun or interesting when you're not yourself.
Yeah.
Because he like has showed interest in her before.
For sure.
But he's like, oh, you're just wilding out. It's kind of like hooking up with someone when they're like too drunk or something. Like, that's not good. You want them to be their best selves.
Right. You want enthusiastic consent.
Right.
Bonnie is at the rave. Damon says, "What's up?" Don't freak out. He brought Kai. Kai's nervous. Bonnie flashes back to him killing her a bunch in 1994. Mm-hmm. A lot of stabbing through flannel.
Yeah, for sure.
Strangling with Walkmans.
That would have been a good one.
Choking on a Nirvana CD.
I wouldn't say slicing with a CD.
Well, I didn't hear you offering a third thing.
I was about to.
Oh, okay, great. Here, and do another one.
But that was the one.
Do another 1994 reference.
Stomping on your face with your Doc Martens.
That's good. Nice. What about pushing you down the steps over a stack of VHSs?
Sure.
All right. Oh, yeah. If I see your face again, I will melt it off, she says. She has the power of fire, by the way.
Right, yeah. She's harnessed her firepower. But yeah, I feel bad for Bonnie. She just got back. She's been in the spirit, not the spirit world,
Prison world. Prison realm.
And
she's been in the prison
she
realm.
just got back and like no one super cares. Nobody's really giving her the time of day. Elena did for like a second, but she did a bad job. And then she tells Damon how she feels. He ignores her. She's like been alone, and then she goes from being alone to being in a rave full of a million people. Like, I would have anxiety in a rave all by
For sure,
myself.
yeah.
Not. I mean, if I was
Even if you had gotten home from the prison world earlier,
yeah, right.
which you're no stranger to.
Or if I lived in my regular world and then went to a rave, that'd be too much. So like, I understand her being so upset, and you know, she always does everything for everyone else, but no one really gives her what she needs.
Right. Elena is trying to call her, though. Stefan... Oh, yeah, this is what you're speaking to. Stefan thinks that he was flipping switches. He saw it in her eyes,
Yeah.
Caroline's eyes. But,
She was noticing he was
mistaken.
trying, but then
Yeah.
she's like, no, don't try.
and he's like, we have to go find her. Elena's like, if we mess with her, she'll retaliate.
Which maybe she should have told him that, like, before?
Oh, he didn't know? He wasn't there for that?
No.
Oh. Yeah, they all got to get on the same page.
I know.
Stefan thinks he can get her back. They are saying they're going to lock her up and dry her out or something.
Yeah.
Or at least he's going to, like, make his moves on her. Mm-hmm. Caroline calls Stefan on Enzo's phone, and I thought this was very Scream-esque. Mm-hmm. Her repertoire over the phone.
Over the phone, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sarah walks in. They're at the school bar.
School.
Skill. Oh. Skill. Does that sound good or bad? Skill.
Bad.
All right. Let's play Skull or School.
Okay. Wait, I can't look. Because I can tell by the shape of your lips.
Okay. Skull.
School.
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
go again.
Skull.
That was a funny one. Skull.
Yes.
Oh no, I was nervous. I thought it was gonna be school. Okay.
All right, one more. Skull.
School. No, you didn't even know. You didn't even know what you said. You lied.
There's no way that you could have known the last one.
Yeah, because you didn't even know.
That's a game. We probably have played it on the podcast. Who knows? It's been 5 years. We don't keep track of every single
That's
thing.
a very private game we play.
We play the this or that game where you say two words that kind of sound the same but in really crazy ways.
And then you have to guess.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
I don't have another example.
I know.
But
I'm trying to think of the example we do when we're on our road trip.
we get wild on the road trip. You think we're looking at license plates? We're not. We're being fully insane.
We're fully insane. But that's a very good game. I highly recommend it. Also, another really good game is which mirror am I looking in?
Oh, yeah. That's good.
If there's several mirrors, you have to look in a mirror, and then you have to try to look at the person in the mirror that they're looking in instead of looking at their face. Is that a good way to describe it?
Yes. All right. If someone sends me a DM or tags me in a picture and they're looking in a different mirror wearing the merch, perfect.
Perfect.
I'll play a this or that with you. All right. Caroline wants to kill Sarah. Bonnie lights a fire in her dorm room that has a fireplace.
Yeah, she makes it huge. Also, the hugest fireplace in the dorm, and also the hugest fireplace in the Salvatore mansion. They're just like, they have huge fireplaces in Virginia.
Right. So I guess the thinking behind Whitmore College dorm is that it used to be a large house or estate or whatever, and so they just chopped it up into dorms, and so naturally the house has a fireplace, so it's in the dorm room. It's not like every dorm room has a fireplace. That'd be terrible.
Right. Also, that makes a lot of sense, and I've never thought of that before.
Oh, thank you. And you're like, oh, the bar wasn't in the dorm.
No, the bar was outside the dorm.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you said I was dumb for that, and now I'm smart for this.
Oh,
so
okay, well,
who's
now
the
you're-
architect?
Now you're even Stevens.
Who's the architect? Ash, who's the architect?
Okay, move on.
Leave a comment about who the architect is. All right.
I'm not going to let you bully me into answering that question.
Bonnie lights a fire. Okay, just kidding. Damien.
Damien.
If there was someone on the show named Damien, it would just ruin the show. It'd be so confusing.
Yeah, for sure.
He walks in. He wants to hear about his own mother.
Right.
Bonnie is mad, and it's like basically what you said earlier. You're using me.
Yeah.
I just rolled. I want to use an example from our personal lives. Let's just not say which coast we were going from to the other coast.
Okay.
Let's just say sometimes we traveled from one coast to the
We're
other.
coast to coast.
And
Also, that was the name of my blog.
and we expected people there to hang out with us. Mm-hmm. And we were like, we just flew from the coast to the coast.
Yeah.
So make the 15-minute drive. Make the 20-minute drive to hang out with us. Somehow that's exactly like this scenario.
And this is why I resonate with Bonnie so much.
Is it like this scenario?
Yes.
Okay, or did I get
You're
lost
like,
in the
I
sauce?
just got back.
Yes. And so now...
So come hang out with me and give me your time
yes.
of day and check in and see how I've been.
I was right. Okay.
You're right.
Don't automatically get me to do this thing, which,
No.
to be fair, she just had to have a conversation with the guy. Mm-hmm. But also, F that guy. She doesn't have to talk to him. She doesn't
No.
know him anything. In fact, he was doing bad stuff to her nonstop.
Also, why does she have to let him have it the way he wants his apology to be? He should,
Right.
like, if he wants to apologize that bad, write her a letter, send her a gift, write her an email, leave her a voicemail. Like, why does it have to be on his terms? It has to be face to face. Like,
Right.
well, she doesn't want to see you.
Exactly.
She don't have to. But she doesn't want to.
Banny.
What are we saying?
Bonnie is mad.
I didn't even know that was a mistake for Bonnie.
Banny.
Banny.
She's mad.
Did you write Banny?
No, I wish.
You just said Banny.
If I wrote Banny, we'd have to end the
I'd have
podcast.
to just call her Banny from now on.
We still can.
No, I don't want to.
Teach me how to Banny. Okay. She wants to make Damon feel what she felt. Flashback, we saw Kai loves to stab. He stabbed her a bunch.
Right, but she does this like in succession. And
Yes.
without really thought about like how bad she's hurting Damon.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, and then he did this, and he did that. And he's like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's a lot.
She stabs him a bunch and does different stuff that was done to her. Mm-hmm. Being alone, though, was the worst part, and she can't isolate him and make him feel that type of way. Mm-hmm. So,
But he also has felt that way, but he was with Bonnie. So he wasn't ever like completely alone, but he sort of can understand, I would say.
if anyone could understand, it would be him or his mom.
Right, exactly.
So maybe Bonnie and his mom will be friends. We'll see. Pete-diction. Pete-diction, Damon, and Bonnie's mom will be friends. Wait.
Wait, no.
Wait, were they already?
No.
Was him and Graham's friends?
That was her grandma, not her
Okay.
mom, anyways. We did meet her mom, but no, they weren't friends.
Okay. Opposite, reverse that. Like
Strike it and reverse it.
like
Gene Wilder.
Yeah, Chalamet.
No.
You know,
Wonka.
Chalamet is actually my Wonka.
No, he is not.
Yeah.
Do not even.
Yeah.
I love Chalamet, but no. He's like,
All right.
strike it, reverse it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What was the other? Okay, we need Banny shirts. We need.
You better get a list.
I forget what the first one was. And then we need Chalamet is my Wonka shirts.
No. We're not having that on our whatever channel. Whatever it's called. Our shop.
Caroline is making margs.
Yeah.
Elena and Stefan come in. Where's Sarah? She's with Liam. Liam is going to do surgery on her. And he's compelled to do what Caroline wants, but he's also compelled to tell the truth to Stefan. So that's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. Also, I made the perfect bun. Look.
Nice. If you see the perfect bun, leave a message in the chat. If you kill Sarah, it will haunt you forever. Elena tells Caroline.
Oh, this reminds me of, remember like an hour ago, I forgot what I was going to say?
Yep.
You were talking about how like at one point Caroline is going to like explode or like freak out. They were saying that was going to happen whenever she turned her humanity back on. Oh. And then she would blame everything to Stefan, and she wouldn't be able to cope with like all the deaths and all the bad things she did.
Oh.
Like she'd be freaking out and she'd have so much guilt. So they're trying to have her turn her humanity back on ASAP, because then she'll have less to be upset about. But if it goes on for a year, then she's going to be having a lot to be freaking out about.
It'll be like in the movie The Abyss when the guy gets the bends.
I don't know that. But this is what, like, with Sarah, they're like, no, if you kill Sarah, like, right now you won't care, but when you turn your humanity back on, you're going to care a lot.
Definitely.
You're going to care a line.
You're going to care a line. Not.
A lot.
And, she fries up Elena, which we're just going to say fry up. We're going to search up.
Oh, yeah, you didn't ask him?
No.
Uh-huh.
I did see our teenager at some point in this recording. And
I thought you were going to ask him.
I did not ask him.
Yeah, fry him up.
Fry him up. Make light of their...
I mean, you can drag them.
Oh, there we go. And the shade.
In the shade.
Drag in the shade. Okay.
At least we can, that's more modern than what we were saying.
Oh yeah, so she drags Elena. Hey.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah, and she's
That
like, oh,
you
you
found
made this about you.
You found a way to make this about you. You have a gift, Elena.
Which, Elena was doing similar stuff to Caroline all the time. And even Bonnie, I think. Yeah, because, Bonnie was probably still gone. But with Caroline and making fun of her, dragging her, when Elena had her humanity off. So it's a little tit for tat. But there's always a little bit of truth that comes out when your humanity is off, because you're just like, I'm just going to say what I want, what I've always been thinking, you know?
Caroline gives Stefan a bit of an ultimatum, one would say.
Wow.
Shut your
On
Oh, I need to plug. Hey, we're breaking format. I'm about to do a plug.
Okay.
Let me just finish this. The ultimatum is shut your humanity off, or Liam is going to kill Sarah.
Which that's so crazy for Caroline to say to Stefan, who she knows is a ripper, to shut his humanity off.
Yeah, they want to go ripping.
That's crazy.
All right.
Go.
Jinx. Plug right now, June 25th, Netflix. The Ultimatum Queer Love, Season 2. I was a producer on the project. You got to go watch it. June 25th. About a month from now.
2 days before my birthday.
Super exciting. It's a good season.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I can't wait to watch it.
I also can't wait to watch it. I know I watched you work on the show, but I didn't watch the show, so I'm excited.
No, you know nothing.
No, I try not to know.
I'm excited to see it. All right. Liam is going to cut out Caroline's...
Sarah's
Sarah's spleen.
And she's like, it's fine. She can live without a spleen.
He starts cutting. Liam is at Whitmore Medical because he can't tell a lie to Stefan.
Also, like, Whitmore's doing a bad job of making these surgeons. He says he's like a second-year intern or something like that.
You would not be doing surgery whatsoever.
I know, but, like, maybe you would know a little bit of something.
Nah. He's at Whitmore Medical. Elena goes to stop him. Caroline says, take out her heart, not the spleen.
Yeah, because she's not getting what she wants.
Stefan and Caroline start whoosh fighting.
Yeah, which I had said they should have done that from the beginning.
Just fodder.
They should have just got her phone from the beginning, because then she can't tell Liam what to do.
Right.
You get the phone, I'll go to Whitmore. I mean, where else would they be?
I don't know. Skull bar.
They're already in the school bar.
Damon is drinking by the fire. Kai comes in. You're not bringing your mom back, he says. There are 2 prison worlds, 1994 and 1903. 1903 prison world is for, I think I heard this right, locking up your mom and her closet full of crazy pants.
Yes.
I usually get mad at this show in particular when they say stuff like that, but I like that.
Yeah, your closet full of crazy pants.
Your mom's a ripper. She turned in 1858, faked her death, went to Europe, killed 3,000
So many
people. They cut her off and sent her to the prison world.
Yeah, even when she arrived in New York, right? On a ship.
Yeah.
She had killed everyone on the ship.
Yeah, which, Voyage of the Demeter, anyone? I don't know if that's what it's called, but there was that movie last year about Voyage of the Demeter, or whatever it's called, which is about a chapter in the Dracula book. So I bet they were getting
Inspiration.
inspo,
Okay, that makes sense.
kill spo.
Yeah, and they were just like, that's
That's a
Stefan
cool-
and Damon's mom.
Yeah, that's a cool story. What if it wasn't Dracula, it was Lily?
Right. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
I just remember that and talked about it right now.
Well, it's a good thing I brought up the ship. But yeah, that's super hard to hear from Damon.
For Damon, yeah. I mean, I don't care, but...
I mean, not from Damon, for
Yeah.
Damon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care at all. Hearing it was easy.
Okay, Caroline.
And then I thought about the movie that I kind of want to see, but not really. Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Elena, nope. Bonnie calls Jeremy, leaves a message. She's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Bonnie's back.
Right. Tell your friends.
Tell Jeremy. Not sure she's the same Bonnie you want to be with, but guess what? Jeremy's had some changes.
Yeah, for sure.
As well.
I was thinking that too.
Also, I said she would be older,
She'll be older?
right? She was in 1994 for like a year, right? She was already older than Jeremy. Did she not age? Did she come back? Look.
No, but he also aged. Maybe, I don't know what your
True.
point
Okay.
is.
No, true. I thought maybe she was in a... Yeah, that's true. Because she was gone for the same amount
Yeah,
of time.
time passed the same
Okay.
amount.
It wasn't like she zapped back and no time had passed. That's the
Right.
whole point. Time
Right.
had passed.
Time had passed. She even kept track of time when she was there.
Sorry, I just read a book about time travel where time didn't pass.
Oh.
11/22/63. Mm-hmm. Spoilers.
Right, well, get with this one.
She would be older probably still. I don't know. She's already older than him.
Right, we know this.
Okay. She'll visit later when she figures herself out. Where's he at? Alabama or something?
He's all over. He's vampire hunting.
Where does he allege to be?
Texas.
I don't think that's true.
She says, I'll meet you in Texas.
All her exes are there.
However, I do appreciate that Bonnie calls him and tells her in the middle moment. Like, that's what we were saying earlier. Like, Damon was like, I can't tell Steph until I figure it all exactly out. And Bonnie's just like, I don't have shit figured out, but I'm going to call him and say, what's up?
Ash, Liam has cut open Sarah.
Yeah, ew. And she's got no anesthesia, no pain medicine, and he's slicing into her body. Like, he doesn't take out any of her organs, thank goodness. But still to be cut with a scalpel, right? That's what it's called?
Scalpel?
Scalpel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what I said?
Scalpel. All right, do scalpel.
Oh, wait, what was the other
Do
thing?
scalpel or scalpel?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I can't even say it. I want to know what the thing is I said about your beard. That was the other word. Scrapple.
Scrubble?
Scrubble.
Oh, that was the other merch,
That was the
too.
merch, yeah. That's what I was trying.
Scrubble. Banny.
It's words we said wrong. Words we said wrong are now new t-shirts.
No, I don't
And
know
the third one.
If only I would listen to this back, but I will not.
Me neither. Scrubble, Banny, and the third thing.
That sounds like a indie band.
Yeah. Okay, a scalpel. Yeah, if, like, just to be cut open with a scalpel. I mean, a paper cut hurts.
Yes.
A scalpel cut
Confirmed.
through, like, at least maybe one or more layers of your body, that's horrendous.
I mean, that's going to leave a mark.
Absolutely.
Thankfully, Elena is there, breaks his hands, gives blood to Sarah to heal her. She calls Stefan.
Yeah, breaking his hands is funny. She's just like, you can't, like, snap his neck. He's human. I don't want to kill him. I'm just going to break his wrist so he can't do surgery anymore. And then he passes out.
If he doesn't have 2 friggin' casts next episode, I'm going to be sad.
Like, she doesn't even heal him with her blood.
Yeah.
He just has to wear casts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he'll still be compelled. He's like, and he's got the 2 casts. He's like, I have to cut out her spleen. Also, Dave Franco vibes. I'm sure we've said that already.
Yeah, I wish it was Dave Franco.
Dave Franco would never.
He would then, probably.
Probably so. You know, me and him have worked together, right?
No way.
Me and Dave Franco.
Tell me what.
I used to be a background actor.
We know this. On what, though?
It was a show with Jerry O'Connell, Niecy Nash, the red-haired fella from Modern Family, and Dave Franco. And it was about some hotel thing or whatever. I don't know if it ever actually got made, and I never saw it because I
never saw it.
was just in it, so I didn't really know exactly what was going on. It was about I was in a hotel lobby or something.
Was it like a pilot or something?
Yes. Maybe it was the pilot, or maybe it was just one season thing. But anyway.
We were in the same scene?
Yep. Me, Jerry O'Connell, Niecy Nash, buddy, Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
Yeah.
Is
What were you doing in the scene?
sitting down.
Where? On what?
A bench, I believe.
Where?
In the lobby of a hotel, I think. But it was tough to tell because it was on a stage with a live audience. That's what I talk about when I was an extra once in front of a live studio audience.
So it was a sitcom.
Yes.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll meet Dave Franco one day and you can tell him this story.
I mean, our friggin' 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon are stacked.
We said we were going to try to get through the rest of this episode.
I'm 1 degree
quickly.
from a whole lot of people. I'm 2 degrees from friggin' River Phoenix.
What? How?
Me, Jerry O'Connell, River Phoenix.
Oh. Okay, true.
Eric Stone Street. Me, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, Eric Stone Street. I also worked
On a show, here's those.
I don't know. Is this compelling? People are probably like, who cares? We want to hear the last scene of
let's go to
the
last
show that we care about.
But also, we love Dave Franco. Dave Franco, we hope you listen to this episode, and we're looking forward to your new movie, and it looks really scary.
Look, if you like Liam in this show, you like Dave Franco, right?
I mean, you should. If you don't, you should.
I All right, so what's Liam up to? His hands are broken.
You hope he's gonna wear casts.
He's wielding a scalpel with 2 casted hands.
Don't put your phone down. Keep going.
I have something to say. No. All right. Elena calls Stefan, and she's like, everything's going to be okay. And he's pouring Marg's like, all right.
I know. This is also bad communication because he's like about to turn off his humanity, and she's like, no, wait.
He already did.
I know, but like on the phone, like before that. And then she's like, no, wait. And then like 1 second later, she finds him and breaks his hands and stops it. Like,
Right.
give Elena a little time before you turn off your humanity. Like, it happened prematurely. I feel like he could have just waited it out. But yeah, anyways, he's like, hold on. He's like,
I'm going to be great in 2 seconds. And then he sips a Marg.
yeah, and he's like, better now. Been there.
For sure. I said, yeah, he shut his humanity off, or he's a great actor. Caroline.
What was that?
I don't know. Ghosts are in our
A
home.
child fell out of her bed.
Caroline takes the phone. She doesn't say hold the phone. She takes the phone. They pose on the bar, Ash.
I love this, actually. How do you like this pose moment?
I like it. I'm glad that it's not like a thing that they do a million times.
Oh, yeah, that'd be super annoying.
But it sets off the tone for the final 6-episode arc.
Yeah, so, like, Caroline's laying on her back, looking at the camera, basically, and Stefan's standing behind the bar, being in his chill mode, and they both look like they're evil, you know?
Yeah.
But it looks like the perfect, like, picture of...
A DVD cover
DVD
or
cover,
a magazine
like,
ad.
Or, like, an ad for the next season, or, like...
Yeah.
Or a promo picture or whatever. It's really, like, well framed and really well done.
A Vogue cover.
Yes, but it's like, so it would be so random for you to lay on your back on the bar and be looking away from the person you're with. But so
Kind of at the camera. Even.
yeah, it was like, yeah, it was more at the camera. So it was like, it was for the viewer. I really liked that shot.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
All right, how many fangs?
Ash, before we say how many fangs,
Oh, okay.
when did we institute the fang system?
Ooh.
A flashback.
I feel like first episode.
Incorrect.
Oh, really? When was it?
2nd episode.
Oh.
Which we might have even done it first episode, but we didn't have it officially on the docket.
Okay, that's interesting.
2 episodes. And by that I mean 2 fangs.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay.
I give this fang 2 episodes.
You're doing
I give
things
it
a lot
two bannies and a scrubble.
You're doing things a lot backwards. Backwards a lot. I said a lot backwards. I also think 2 fangs.
I think it was a good app.
It was really good, and Bonnie being back is awesome. But you know, I did say I went on record years ago saying I would never give it a 2 fang if Stefan and Elena weren't together. But you know, sometimes episodes just deserve the 2 fangs.
And if you have a rule, you gotta bring it.
What other flashback thingies do you have? Is that it?
Do you remember the very first game that we played?
The very first game we played.
I believe it was episode 1. I'll tell you if you don't remember.
I don't know. I couldn't even guess.
We're going to play the quarantine edition right now. We're going to play it again.
Oh, okay.
Of Marry, Bang, Kill.
Oh.
Only, those aren't what we're deciding. Quarantine Bay,
No, my gosh, this was so confusing to me.
Social Distance Hang, or Cough in Their Face.
Okay, now I actually get it. When you first said this to me 5 years ago, I was like, what words are you saying?
All right, who's going to be...
Also, cough in her face, is it coffin?
Yep, coffin.
Is that what you wrote?
Nope.
Oh, it should have been.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Hey, a lot has changed since 2020.
Okay, wait, what is it again?
Quarantine Bay.
I just need to know the shorthand. Bay, hang, face.
Or cough.
Bay, hang, cough.
Yep.
Okay.
And Quarantine Bay would be Marry. Social Distance Hang would be Bang. Cough in Their Face would be Kill.
Because you're going to give them coffin. That was
or a different monkeypox. I don't know.
Oh god. Okay.
Stefan Damon Alaric.
Oh, you had Alaric in this?
No, this is new.
Oh, okay. It was the same game, new character, scenario.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, who knows what the
Stefan Damon
character is?
Alaric. I'm gonna bay Stefan, hang Damon, and cough Alaric. Sorry.
I would
You would reverse Stefan and Damon.
bay Alaric. Spend all the time hanging out. That's the best time. Social distance hang Damon.
Yeah.
Cough in Stefan's face.
Why, Stefan?
All right, next. Quarantine Bay. Social distance hang. Cough in their face. Jeremy, Ty, Matt.
Oh, okay. I would. Well, until recently, I would bay Matt. Quarantine bay Matt. I was
He would put his shoes in your bed, just so
Well,
you
he learned.
know. Okay.
Social distance hang, aka bang Jeremy,
Okay.
and
You
then
didn't have to say AKA bang. I mean, how old is he now?
and then cough in your face, Ty.
I think that would probably be mine as well. All right. Liv, Luke, Kai.
Oh,
It almost was like live, laugh, love for a second, but live, Luke, Kai. That should be live, laugh, love. Man, we're making friggin' merch out here.
Okay.
Instead of live, laugh, love.
Live,
I gotta
Luke.
just listen to this episode.
I was gonna say you're just gonna have to re-listen.
Live, Luke, Kai.
Okay, quarantine bay live.
Okay.
What's the other one again? Social
or Kai,
distance
yeah.
hang Kai.
Okay. Oh,
And-
R.I.P. Luke.
Yeah, sorry, Luke, you already died. You already did.
I would, because for me, kind of the Bay thing is like who I could hang the most with. That's why I did a lark. But okay, Quarantine Bay, probably Luke. We wouldn't get in each other's way. Just
Yeah.
be like chilling. You do your thing.
That's why I feel like me and Liv, we'd be just like getting along well.
Social distance, hang, live, cough in your face, Kai. Sorry. All right. How many more do you want to do?
I don't know how many more do you have.
I have 3 more.
That's fine.
All right. Caroline, Bonnie, Elena.
I think Bay, Bonnie,
Okay.
hang, Elena, cough, Caroline.
I would switch Elena and Bonnie, I think, but I would be coughing up in Carolina's face. All right. Quarantine Bay. Social distance hang. Cough in their face. Joe. Liam, a.k.a. Cute Brag. And Maxfield.
Oh, God. Maxfield. We're going to cough in Maxfield's face.
Okay.
I guess I'll bay with Joe and hang with what cute brag.
Okay. I would do that too. Okay. And last. Sheriff Emily?
What?
What's her
Liz.
name? Oh, okay. Sheriff Liz Forbes.
Before she's
Elizabeth
dead. Before
Forbes.
she's dead.
Senior Trip Fell. I had to give him something. I don't know. And lastly, history teacher and football coach Mr. Tanner,
No, from the first episode.
who I thought was going to stick around.
I know. You had the wrong teacher sticking around, by the way.
You're not blown away that I did the research to get Mr. Tanner back in here?
No, I love it.
We never knew who Mr. Tanner was for so long.
Yeah, I know. That was a good job. Okay. Who was
Forbes, Trip Fell, Tanner.
Trip fell cough
Oh, heck yeah.
for sure. Get out of here.
Then you're going to either hang or bay with Mr. Tanner?
Yeah. I think maybe I would just hang with Mr. Tanner because I'd be like, well, I don't know. But I'm gonna bay it up with Sheriff Forbes.
Love it.
Is that the same for you? Are you gonna bang the coach? So you can chill with Liz because she's the chillest?
I don't even know what any of this means anymore, so I'm just going to go with what you did. All right, Ash. Great episode.
You need to give more Pete-dictions.
Happy 5-year anniversary. I mean,
You gave us one mid-ep, or maybe two.
Oh, is Stefan faking it? Oh.
I love that, though. It's very smart.
The two scenarios are that he's faking it. I think no matter what, even if he's faking it, they're going to do some ripping.
You think he could fake rip and not fully
In a
rip?
way, yeah. I think he could fake the rip.
Ooh, yeah.
Or be like, yeah, like you're ripping over there. I'm also doing some ripping. Hold on. Hey, run away, quick. You know?
And he's got his
like,
butt back.
yeah. Like, man, I just ripped the heck out of that whole thing. And then Caroline would be like, yeah, we make a beautiful new album, you know?
Do you think she's going to be whatever the heck for a year?
Yep, 1 calendar year. I think it's going to flip over to
Why are you sitting like me?
May 20 whatevereth, and you'll be like, all done.
Okay.
No, I think she's going to be forced. Okay, let's see. We do have 6 episodes left. You could do 2 little mini arcs, or you could do an arc about her doing this thing. I don't really want her to do this for so long.
I know.
Also, Sarah's in danger. Also, Enzo's acting a fool.
And then we also have the Salvatore mom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I so don't care about that. Yeah, that's just a thing for them to do.
Okay.
But
Yeah, and
look.
it didn't like it sort of set up some things, like, but not like enough for you to know how to make a prediction, to be honest. It's like just starting new stuff.
Yeah. Just popping off. Mm-hmm. Go to tpublic.com/user/highdive. I will not have the Scrubble or Banny or Liv Luke Kai
And the fourth one.
or the 4th one up yet, and I probably won't do them at all.
I wanted just to say the fourth one.
But yeah, that'd be another one. Oh, all right. But maybe at some point. But hey, be happy with our current merch, okay?
That merch is great. Steady Standing Stelena.
Yes. There we go. That's one that
That's a
came to
classic.
fruition. You can, if you're ready for the summertime, you can get a nonfiction book, All Roads Lead to Dockweiler, about surfing, or you can get the Happenstances Young Adult Book Series,
About the pool.
or if you want to be where you're in for a scare, I cannot trademark that. It already has been by Goosebumps. Horror from the High Dive. Reader, beware, you're in for a scare. I can't say that.
I think, yeah, no, you can't say that.
No.
But you credited them, that's fine.
Yeah, Goosebumps.
Right. Also, read Goosebumps, why not?
Yeah, hey, shout out to Goosebumps. And The Portable Producer on Instagram. Oh, and this television show, In 1 Month. The Ultimatum Queer Love.
Do it. Happy anniversary.
Same to you.
Thanks.